everybody. It is Friday. Gosh, these weeks go by so fast. Excuse me. And you know it's journal day. And I have two this Friday. And they're both long ones. This one measures 10 by 4 3/4. And it's kind of an envelope, mail, post office, newspaper kind of thing. It's got a lot of real ephemera in it. And the front cover, I used one of the envelopes we make here, but this is a piece of ephemera that I had, and I left it open. You can put stuff in here if you want, but the date is there. And unless, of course, you're peeking in there, you can't see it. But it's May 8th, 1950 is the date of this ephemera. And then I put another envelope back here and some rosettes. And this was the fringe edge of the fabric. So I just kept it on there. And, you know, sometimes you cut it off, and I thought it was kind of cute. So I left it on there, stitched it in a dark brown. And I love this fabric. I hope that the camera's picking it up, but it's just beautiful. And I made the tie to match. And going inside, it's a chunky monkey. Going inside, I used the same as the cover here and put a piece of canvas on the back and then just stitched it like in a chocolate brown. This is just a whole bunch of different fabrics, a little envelope here with a little mini stamp. And inside I put one of these little card holders that we make here. So that's here I go again, holding it up. That's a part of a napkin, decoupage, and book page. And then some laces and some sari silk on the front. And on the inside, back, it's got the same design, the book page and the napkin decoupage with a little birdie. And I put a little envelope in it with some paper and some seam binding, a little heart. It's a usable envelope. And then, of course, the cards. Several different cards. And then this one's kind of like a little mini snippet notebook thingy. It's just got different papers in it for note taking. And we'll just put those back in there. But I want the envelope on top. Look at me, just jumbling them around. You know, I have to have things looking cute. That's how I like it. This is, again, some of this ephemera that I have. That's part of a piece of scrapbook paper with a French page. And then a stitched in chocolate around. And it's lined paper, very faint. Over here, it's actually from 1949, this paper. And look at the natural aging. Isn't it just gorgeous? I turned down a little corner so that the type could be seen from the typewriter. And it's got a little piece of washi tape here. And a couple of envelopes that are tuck spots with a big card and a little card. And I did different collages of stamps throughout. That's one of them. And that's two of them. Some lined paper here. And again, some newspaper on the background. Part of an encyclopedia page here. Another envelope for a pocket. This is a piece of ephemera. And a really grungy card on one side and a pretty side on the other. I don't know, I just like the contrast there. I'm all about that contrast. Over here's a little tuck spot with a rosette card and a piece of newspaper behind it. It's the wanted ads out of the newspaper. I think that newspaper is dated 1952. And this is, I try to use a lot of the leftover pieces I've been making stuff with, and I thought that was kind of neat. You know, if it's not neat, I throw it out. But if it looks like it's got some use, here's an envelope with some stamps. Now, these aren't real stamps. These are some kind of sticker I found when I was in Dallas at the Hobby Lobby warehouse. Boy, did I have fun in that place. Y'all know. And in the envelope itself, it's got a little card with a little daisy And then behind it, it has another card. And then this tag itself is a tuck spot with 2 different cards. And then it's backed with the newspaper and then a book page here. I thought this was funny. If no answer, please call. Over here's another little envelope tuck spot with a piece of newspaper in the background. Some little music notes and some stitching around the card there. And then I put a little postcard inside the tuck spot. Another stamping thing going on there and there. Some lined paper here, and this folds out. So that would be perfect to put that board under, for those of y'all that have the board. And I sell them in my Etsy shop. And here's some more stamps. A little bit of scrapbook paper going on in newspaper. Oh, it's the natural aging. I didn't ink anything, nothing, except for the coffee dyed regular paper. I thought this was a really neat ad. So I put it in there for a pretty. And you can put something over it, or you could write over it if you wanted to. A little card tuck spot here with a little piece of newspaper and a little mini envelope. So cute. Another little tuck spot here with the stamp. No card. This is May 3rd, 1950. I put a little stamp on it, but the rest, this is the washi tape stamp thing that I used. And I don't know if I showed this on the other one, or was it not? It was not. Okay, this is the first one then. But it's held together with a paper clip because it opens up and it's an envelope. I made the letter into an envelope. And then, of course, you've got a tuck back there, too, if you wanted to use, you know, to stash something. Another ad with the date. Try to expose those dates whenever I can. Leave them out there. Part of a newspaper behind it just to give it a little contrast. Excuse me. I have got the coughs today. And where did you go? Oh, you went up over here. Okay, because I took the paper clip off. There we go. A little mini envelope with a little mini stamp. Some ephemera. Like I said, it's real ephemera. A little receipt here. That's not real ephemera. That's printed. Some lined paper. A tuck spot here with extra writing space and a little paper behind it for contrast. And some bunch of different fabrics over here and 2 different kinds of paper. On this side I put this is great for a, you know, to put a photograph here and then to write about it on the back. And it's got some crocheted ribbon. And then some lined paper behind it with a very faint image of a lady on some typed letter with an envelope, since we got the envelope theme going on. This is a double tuck. Envelope here with some laces and a little flower bud, I should say, a little bud. A little envelope there with a tuck spot inside this envelope and a tuck spot behind. And this is a vintage piece of ephemera for ironing boards. You can get one for $6.41. But order now. Some lined paper here. And a receipt. Another little tuck spot with a pair of shoes. It's got a stamp here and some lace, a little heart. More stamps and stamping. Used an envelope here just for decoration on a piece of newspaper in the background. And then I put another little strip of paper for contrast. And then stitched coffee dyed paper. So you've got all this space back here. And then you have a tuck spot here for additional piece to write on. On this side is a piece of ephemera. It's for briefcases. And then I used a piece of scrapbook paper and put this over it, stitched in the brown. Little envelope here for decoration. Another little envelope that's a tuck inside and a tuck behind with a piece of French book paper there. And cute. And this is a piece of ephemera back here, and this is washi tape over it. And it's typed, and then I got a piece of scrapbook paper there, and then some lined paper on top. Another page for pretty. This folds out. Kind of tuck it in there. Little tuck spot up here with a tag. You may want to write something on it or label. It's a typewritten paper behind and 2 cards. Over here's another double tuck, and I used part of a, it looks like French to English dictionary page, and a piece of that newspaper. I couldn't throw it out. It was just a small piece, but it's a 1948 Plymouth Coupe Special Deluxe with a radio and heater, sun visor, and chrome wheels and 4 new tires for $895. It's just amazing. Amazing. Yeah, would be kind of leery of that nowadays. I'd like that to peek out. Another little mini tuck spot over here. Piece of real ephemera again. Another tuck spot here with a tag and part of the wanted section in the back of the newspaper. It's a Shreveport Times paper is what it is. So all these places are relative to my hometown. And again, another ads here. These look like for houses and land and commercial. And a little card with a pearl. Another little tuck spot over here. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the other. And it is. This opens up. This is a real piece of ephemera. And then you've got a pocket here. This was a little fragile, so I put Scotch tape all the way around. I figured that's what they would use. Just to make it a little bit more secure, you know. But still, with these vintage papers, you have to be careful. Oh, and it's got a pocket behind it, too. You know, you can't be as rough with them as you are with, you know, paper right from Office Depot. So, you know, just kind of work it, not gently, but, you know, be careful. I mean, it's good and thick, you know, but I know when I'm working with it, some pages just have to be secured down onto something or glue covered or something to protect them, because it's like this old piece here, it was crumbling in my hand. You know, I was able to get it down on the paper, but, you know, they just, because they're so old, they start to crumble. But you cannot get gorgeous aging like that trying to do it yourself. You can get close, but you're not going to get the natural look. And another place for writing here with part of a typewritten paper and some scrapbook paper there. And then the back is the same as the front. It's got the little envelope with the fabrics. And in the back of this, I put 4 of these, which I thought was appropriate. These little post notes, you know, that have been coffee dyed. And there's the back again with that gorgeous fabric, and the front with a little tuck spot up here. Now this is made out of Office Depot paper. It's not, you know, this is not aged paper, where some of the pieces are that I used like this are, but this is glued down, so it's safe. And I want to thank y'all so much for being here with me this Friday. I've got another video. I'll be right back. Bye-bye.